life, sex, goals, and oh, hell knows, this is Midlife Craving. I am so excited. I'm excited for two reasons. I'm also having a really hard time talking right now. I'm excited because Maya's back and this episode is amazing. And I just got done editing. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that or not. I actually have OG Flow on right now. I've been doing this new thing where I sit on her and climax while I'm working. And the goal is I do not touch her in any way. I just like wiggle my hips a little bit and move around until I climax. And I'm close. And so I'm like, am I going to take this off and record my intro? And no, I'm not. I'm going to challenge you. Oh my God. I'm going to challenge you to do this. Okay. So OG Flow or the OG Clit Sucker, you can, oh my God. All right. I need to focus. Okay. I'm close. So this is difficult for me. I want you to sit on it and I want you to turn it on the way that I am right now. And I want you to try and climax without holding or touching or moving the toy. Do it while you're working. Do it while you're watching television. I don't care. Just do it. So go get an OG Flow or an OG Clit Sucker on tracysdog.com and use code CRAVERS20, CRAVERS20 to get 20% off. And I want you to take this challenge because it's fucking amazing and I'm going to go come. Enjoy the episode. Let's just get right into this. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Before we get started, I know it's so fucking good to see you. We've been talking for like the last hour. It's so easy to talk to you, and I'm looking forward to sharing so much on this episode. I want to share your Instagram because everyone's like, where is she? Who is she? So your Instagram is it Miss Tangy?
It's Miss Tangy.
Yeah, MSTANGY.
Yes.
Okay. There she is. Go find her. Don't DM me and ask me.
Be my friend.
She's beautiful. And your Instagram feed you do such a good job at that. You could be a social media influencer, you know? So everyone I know is dying to hear about my return, like my big bang, right? Like my return to the game after a hysterectomy. And as I was telling you, I'm having a hard time because I don't want to get too personal, but I want to share everything because that's what I do. But these are real people and I don't want to give all the details away. Like most things are meant to just be between couples or partners, play partners, whatever. But I do want to say it was probably my best group experience so far, which is huge.
And that was what, like 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago. Yeah. So I went to a concert with my lifestyle friends and it was so much fun. You know, being around sex positive people, I found my tribe, right? Like really with them. And we had such a good time. It was a really fun night. And afterward, this couple was like, hey, you know, room, whatever. We have an open door policy, you know, welcome. And I'm like, oh, I'm going there.
When that happens, do you just show up? Do you knock? Like, what is?
So we all know each other. And I am extremely spoiled when it comes to the lifestyle. You know, I have an amazing group. It's a wonderful community. Again, I don't want to share too much. I'm trying to, I got it, but I have a great group. So I'm very comfortable. I know everyone that's going to be in that room. So yeah, I think I swung the door open and I was like, hey, yeah, like I think, yeah, you just walk in.
Oh,
but it's, you know, it's the hotel room. And then, so like it was a nice hotel room. There's like a suite with like, you know, there's the living room area, kitchen, and everyone's hanging out. And the host made me a drink. It was like this really good vodka drink with like, it was topped off with an energy. I don't know. It was really good. Whatever concoction she was making, I was like, I want more of this.
it was like a fancy party. I saw you had like charcuteries and.
Oh, that was a different party. That was a different hotel lifestyle party. There's many. Okay. But this one was nice too. And it was, you know, an after party. I think it was
different group or same?
Same group, different people.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people in the community and I know everyone and everyone knows me. I mean, there's a few people that are new, but we all have, I don't know how to explain it. It's a very I don't want to use the word vetted. Everybody in the room is safe. I feel safe with everybody in the room. And that's huge.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm super spoiled. I have an amazing group. So you go in and we're just having drinks. It's the after party and there's music playing. And let me just tell you the thing about swingers that I really fucking love is they set the mood. And they actually taught me about lighting, you know, even here in the studio, like I was paying attention, like I want it to feel warm and cozy and comfortable and like have sexy lighting. You know what I mean?
Your new studio is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so much better than being in that closet, isn't it?
I'm actually cold and said sweating.
Oh my God. When I think about, you know what though? It's a humble beginning, right? And it feels, and like when I built the studio, I swear to you, I sat in the middle of the room and I was like, is this for real? Like I even still sometimes come down here and I'm like, is this in my house?
Yeah, look what you did, girl.
Thank you. I know. I'm very, 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 very blessed. And it's all because of my cravers. So thank you. Okay. So back to the party. So we go in and the mood is set right. The lighting is amazing. There's sexy music playing in the background. Like I said, they think of everything. Drinks are there. It's just good, nothing but good vibes. Okay. And I don't know, like, remember I had been drinking for like 6 hours and things. And like that's one thing I don't like is I like to be sober, but I wasn't. We were partying and at a concert having fun. And next thing I know, I'm in the bedroom with my friend and her husband. And I know her husband has an amazing dick. And so I'm like, let's see it. And I go, hey, you want to give him a double blowjob? And she was like, yeah. Like it was, so there's a room full of people next to us. The door's open so people can see it. I remember I heard a comment and someone was like, oh, that's what we're doing now. And so I was like sucking his dick. She was sucking his dick. We're making out. It was really fun, right? And I feel like things happen really fast. I think some couples went back to their room. You know, we were all just like dispersing and breaking away, whatever. And then it ended up being me and 2 other couples. So 5, right? And what was really nice is my friend's husband has experience with post-hysterectomy sex. And so he was my first partner. And it was great because he knew to take it slow, right? And I was nervous, I'm not going to lie. And like, you know me, like I love to fuck. I like to fuck hard too.
Yeah.
But I just had all that taken out in surgery and it's like a new vagina, right? And I'm like, am I going to be okay? I mean, I had had a million orgasms. I had fingered myself. I had already been using toys, but it was still like this, and he's big. So I'm like, oh my God. And it was perfect. He was slow. It was comfortable. I felt great. Right. Then we're playing with each other. And like I said, it was the best group experience I've ever had. There was never a time where I felt like I was being left out or someone's wife was being left out or someone, you know what I mean? Like when there's odd numbers, sometimes there can be downtime. And I'm like, what do I do with my hands?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was none of that. It was
What do you do with your hands?
When I've been in that position, I'll just start playing with myself or I'll encourage, like I found myself to be a little bit of a cheerleader in the room.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah, fuck that pussy. Like, let me see, you know, let me look, let me see. And I'll make out with the girl or I'm a big fan of sucking titties. Like I'll be doing that. But I have had awkward moments. I have where I'm like, shit, what's going on? Or I've noticed that, especially like in a threesome, you know, if there's only one dick, right? So if like he's fucking me, what is she doing? You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, but everything was so fluid. I like using that word. Easy, amazing. But I will say this. So I was fucking my other partner and from behind and I couldn't do it. I just could not do it. The penetration was too deep. I like had to catch my breath. Mm-hmm. And it sucks. Like I said, I like to fuck, right? Like that's like what I want to do. That's who I am. And I couldn't take it. So I got to work my way up to that. And my friend who had a hysterectomy as well is so wonderful and open and shares everything, which is like what you need because nobody talks about this shit, right? Yeah. And she's like, yeah, Adrienne, she's like, I can't do doggy style yet either. She was like, you know, the first couple of times I was definitely sore after. It takes some getting used to. And it's not that it's painful. It's just not comfortable. Like I'm like, my pussy's not mine yet. It doesn't feel like mine yet. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I have to remember I had a major surgery. Like I have a completely new back end to my vagina. And so it's going to take some time to get used to. But that was I was a little bummed out about the doggy style position, but everything else was great. And I especially liked, there was a really hot scene. This is the last one to talk about it. Cause like I said, well, there's two things I'm gonna talk about. The first one is my friend, was fucking her husband. And she had her legs up. So she's on her back, she has her legs up, and he's fucking her. And I'm like laying next to them, and I'm watching his dick going in and out. And it's hot, okay? Like it's live action porn in front of you, okay? And he would like pull his dick out, and I would like jerk him off for a minute, and then he would pull his dick out, and I put it in my mouth. Like we were doing all kinds of stuff. And there was like hot talk, and I was like I said, I'm like the cheerleader almost. And I was like, I know you want to come. And he was like, I do. And girl, like, this is hot. And she's like, yeah, you want to come? And I'm like, yes. So I'm like, I want to watch you come all over her pussy. And he's like, okay. And that's what we did. It was super fucking hot. I don't even know how to explain that. It was really hot. And I think I sucked his dick a little bit after. It was 10 out of 10. Okay. So that happened. And then my other friend was using a toy, and myself and my other friend were sucking her titties together. And her husband I was on my side, and he was fucking me. And I think like she really enjoys watching him fuck. And I loved that side position. So it was super hot. Like I'm sucking on her titties, she's touching on me, and her husband's fucking the shit out of me from the side. And he actually finished that way. And it was really fucking hot. That's all I'm going to say.
That is so hard for me to like even imagine.
Yeah. It seems, I know it sounds crazy, but it's so normal to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's not unimaginable to me.
Yeah. No, I mean, I love to hear it.
Yeah.
And I love that for you.
Yeah. It's definitely unique though. And I think I take for granted when I do stuff like that in group play or threesomes, whatever. It's so normal to me, but I know it is a very unique lifestyle, right? And not something many can comprehend or wrap their brain around. But I love it.
Yeah.
It's extremely every sense, right? Like you're not system overload. It's like sensory overload, right? Yeah. In every way. And I just want to say this too. Okay. So I've been out of the game for 8 weeks. And girl, when I tell you, I know I'm older and I've been drinking, whatever, but it took me 2 days to recover. Like my body is not a wonderland like it used to be. Okay. Like my butt was tired. My legs were tired. My quads were tired. My chest was tired. Like my neck was so fucking sore from sucky dick. I'm like, oh my God, like I need to get back into fuck shape. For real. That's a thing. So a lot of play, a lot of fun, a hell of a way. Like talk about coming back with a bang. That was a hell of a bang, and I had a great time. So a lot of people say to me too, because I know it is a very unique lifestyle and very unconventional, but they say, how do I have a foursome? How do I get a threesome or group play or whatever? And I am so fucking spoiled. But there are ways. And there's things there's websites I'm going to suggest for you to try if you want to experience it. But I will say, pack your patience. We're on the dating apps, and so and it's tough. Like I feel like you have to go through a lot to really find the gold out there. But Kasidie.com is great for lifestyle events, and it's Kasidie. You can also meet local people. I actually met Dr. B on Kasidie. So that's a great one. SLS, it's swinglifestyle.com. The interface sucks, but you can find a ton of swingers on there. In fact, when I went to that hotel takeover, people had like on their door, like our SLS handle, like, you know what I mean? So SLS is a big place to meet swingers, I feel like. There's also frictionparties.com. And as a single, you could go. Like, I think there are some nights where it's open to single men, but majority of the parties, unicorns are a treasure. We are. And you would be considered a unicorn if you ever were going to do that. And frictionparties.com, they do hotel takeovers. They have clubs and events. That's a great place to find an event. And then Field.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and there's 3Fun. I didn't have too much of a good experience on 3Fun. The Field is tough because there's so many bots. Do you have that?
I haven't run across a lot of bots. I just re-downloaded it after listening to your last episode, but I was like, dang, I need to get on here. I don't find a lot of bots, but I find a lot of people, normal people that are on the other apps. And then I'm like, what are you looking for? Or I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, it's hard for me when I start talking to them to kind of feel good about it.
Like people that you meet on Field?
Yeah.
So let's talk, like, I'm going to talk about this too, because I downloaded Field and that's where I met Lil Yachty. We're going to talk about that story in a minute. But I'm not vanilla. I'm so not vanilla. I'm rainbow sherbet. Okay. Like I'm all in. And so apps like Hinge, Tinder, what's the other one? Bumble, whatever. I was about to say BuzzFeed, whatever.
Yeah, I don't like those either.
Yeah. And like, but Field, I love the freaks. I love the kink, but I demand and I absolutely have to have respect. And I feel like the guys on Field, it's like a next level of Tinder.
Yeah. I think that they're just like, oh, you just want to be here to fuck too. And I'm like, no, I also want to have a great time, hang out.
Yeah, in and out of the bedroom. I think I had that on my profile, but I downloaded it, met Lil Yachty, and then deleted it right again. So we'll talk about it. I'm like, I need a break. I don't know. So you just re-downloaded it?
I did.
Have you had any matches?
I have like a couple, and we've been chatting, but the thing is, like, when I get into that, when I'm stuck in that chatting phase for too long, I get very, very bored.
Yeah.
And like sometimes they're like, hi, and I'm like, goodbye. Like, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I know.
I'm just like, let's meet up.
Agreed. By the way, I have a rule. If it's been 2 weeks and we haven't met up, I'm out.
2 weeks is a long time.
2 weeks is just too long.
That's a long time to, how's the weather? How was your day?
How was your weekend?
Like, what the hell do you talk about without meeting?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And it's like, I know there's some guys on there I feel like want to be pen pals.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't, this is not for me. I can't deal with this. Or they want their ego fed.
Yes.
Right. And also there's a lot of married men on there that want to cheat. And I'm not down for that either. And they disclose that in their profile sometimes. And I'm like,
Yeah, I don't like the ENMs either. Is that what it is? ENMs?
ENM's not cheating. That's ethical non-monogamy.
But I have seen profiles where it's like married, just looking for discreet fun. That's what you're talking about?
So that would be to me cheating.
Yes.
Just the word discreet. But so Field is a great place, like I said, to find unicorns or other couples in the lifestyle. That's just not what I'm looking for right now. But there are a lot of, I see ENM but plays separate. I see that.
Yes, I saw that yesterday, yeah.
And I think that's all fine and good, but it's also like, I want to have fun in and out of the bedroom, right? I don't want you to be like, all right, now I got to go home. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I already have play partners in the lifestyle. So like, and I already have that category fulfilled, I feel like.
Yeah. Is it a thing where I want to date without dating? Is that a thing? I want to date without the commitment.
Okay, it's like, like I know what I
want a relationship without the commitment.
I know. I feel that way too. So I want a relationship that's open, that we can explore, that we can join other couples and be in my lifestyle group together. And I want that. So when you say you don't want commitment, I want a primary partner. I want the commitment of being someone's primary as well, but I don't want to move in together. I don't want to like split bills. We're not getting married. So
that's the kind of commitment that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like, I'm not looking to take anything to the next level like that, or I don't want to have to consult you if I want to go somewhere. I don't want to feel like I have to be dependent on you.
Yeah.
I just want to live my life, but have you there as a partner.
You know, it's like
that
looking in the
sounds so
mirror.
fucking selfish, right?
No, it's like looking in the mirror because I want the same things too. And that's why I love the lifestyle. But like I said, you know, earlier this year, I was feeling severely disconnected because I had so much group play, because I had, you know, gone to parties and been in rooms, and like I needed and craved that one-on-one connection so bad. It's a fucking struggle. It's like trying to be like Hannah Montana. I want the best of both worlds. Yeah. Like you said, when you were talking about, I agree. I don't want to say to somebody like, well, tonight my dom's coming over, or, you know what I mean? Oh man, it's tough because I want my cake and eat it too, I guess, like everybody else. Yeah. But I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not cheating.
I guess what I want is I want that perfect friends with benefits. As I'm saying it out loud, I want that friend that I have this immense chemistry and connection with, where we have great sex and we have those moments of intimacy.
But how do you feel about him having other partners or dating on the side?
I would be fine with it if he was open and honest about it.
Okay. So yeah, that is truly a friends with benefit situation.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have a note to talk about this later. I want to talk about friends with benefits versus fuck buddies because it's a very real thing. Mm-hmm. Like that there's a distinction between them. They are two totally different scenarios. I consider
fuck buddies like I'm out and I'm not ready to go home. Are you up?
Yes.
I go.
Are you up, Tex?
I go. I fuck them and I go home.
Yes. That's a fuck buddy for sure.
Yeah. Don't ever talk. I don't talk to them about anything else.
Right.
Except you busy.
Yes.
That's it.
Right. I mean, it's so tough to find that. I'm having such a struggle right now, exactly at this moment in my life, of the mismatches. Let's talk. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to come back to that because I really want to share my Lil Yachty story, and then we're going to talk about that. Let's tell the Lil Yachty story, and then we're gonna circle back. We're going to talk about friends with benefits versus fuck buddies, the mismatches of connections that we're having, and then I want to talk about being friends with men as well. Don't want to forget that. All right, so let me tell you about Lil Yachty.
I remember you sent me the text, and I was like, "What a pussy!" That was like my first thought.
Oh my, like for real, this guy. So got on field because I was like, all right, I'm back in the game. I'm trying to find like this primary partner. I want to have consistent fucking sex. Okay. I want to break this new pussy in. I want to be so comfortable. Like, it's like, I need to get fucked because I really want to get back in the game for real. I want to fuck doggy style, and I feel like I have to use it or I'm going to lose it, And so anyway, that's not what's going to happen, but I want to fuck. Let's have some fun. And plus I have no period. So it's like, I'm ready all day,
7 days a
day.
week.
Yeah, like there's no like, oh, Shark Week. No. All right, so get on field, and the connections are hard to make, and I had an immediate connection with him. Great conversation. And then like the next day we FaceTimed, which I'm a big fan of that. Like I like FaceTiming before we meet. Conversation was great. Everything was good. I felt like we both needed and wanted the same thing. Even when we FaceTimed, I was like, oh, he's cute. Like, and I like his personality, and everything was going good. Right. So we had a lunch date, and he was flying out. So it was just lunch. And then I was taking him to the airport. And it was awesome. Such a good time.
Does he not live here?
So I don't want to give his personal story, but he's in between places right now. That was another like little
I didn't
weird.
I didn't know if he was here for work or what.
He's moving up here for work.
Okay.
And that's another thing I was like, you don't have a house. Like what are we doing here? Like you're back and forth, whatever. Don't care. So lunch was great. Really had a good time with him. Loved talking to him. And it was really cute. He was like, I just want to make out with you right now. He's like, I can't even talk to you anymore. I just want to make out. So we left, and he like made out with me in my car. And he was like, he said, you want to get in the back? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm not, like, our first like penetration of any kind is not going to be in the back of a car.
Yeah.
Like I'm just too old. And also it's a first date. I don't like playing on first dates. And I told him that. I was like, let's save it. There's plenty of time. Like, and plus you're getting ready to catch a flight. Like, no, but I could tell he was like, come on, let's get in the back. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm too old. I can't do the car thing anymore. Yeah. I used to fuck Mr. July in my car constantly, and I'm over that shit, okay? I did that enough to last a lifetime. My feet have hit that fucking dome light 7,000 times. It's over, okay? I'm done. Anyway, but I dropped him off at the airport. We had a great kiss, and it was good, like good conversation, whatever. I will say, like even at the get-go, he was like, I think I have a package that you'll like, I would love to show you. And I said, hey, nudes are just not my thing, It just is not.
This is such a turn off.
And it can be for many people. And if I'm fucking you, then I do like JO videos. I do like sharing and being like, look at this new toy I got. But it has to be a trusting relationship. Okay. And I told him, even like in the position I'm a public figure in a little bit of a way. I'm like, I have to be very careful. Okay. So I could tell he was really proud of what he was packing. So after we had met, and I was like, all right, I met him, and he was like dying to show me. So I'm like, go ahead. because he was like, oh my God, I came so hard this morning and I took a video for you. I know it's not your thing. And I'm like, fucking send it. Because he had asked also like 10 times. So I'm like, just go. And it's a beautiful cock. It is. It's a big, beautiful cock, right? So then it was like, he sent me a message and he goes, so whenever I'm feeling it, can I just send you something? And he asked. So then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Yes. I go, sure. But reminder, I'm not going to reciprocate. Like that. It's never going to happen. Just know that you're not going to get anything back. I was very fucking clear.
And he was fine with it.
That's what he said. So I was getting jerk off. And then can I just say something else? How many times am I going to be like, cool.
That's so hot.
Like I've seen you jerk off like 6 times now. It looks the same every time. I would rather see it in person. Like that's how I'm feeling. And he had been, he flew out for a couple of days and I'm just like, how many times can I tell you? Like, oh, great cock. Oh, I bet that felt good. Oh, what a load.
I fucking hate stroking people's egos, man.
Yeah. Like I'm like, and so randomly he sends me a video in the morning and I'm like, oh, what a way to start the day. At this point, I'm like, I don't know what to say anymore. And he sends me these, like you saw the text. I screenshot it and sent it to you. And he's like, well, first of all, he didn't even text me. He goes back into Telegram where we originally started talking and is like, I'm bowing out. This is all give, no take. I think you're taking the little brat tendency too soon. He's like, I'm not bitter. I'm not mad, but this needs to be a 2-way street. I wish you nothing but the best. Thanks for the ride to the airport. And then he fucking blocked me everywhere. He blocked me on, text message. He deleted me on Field and blocked me on Telegram before I could even respond. And I thought to myself, if I would have sent him nudes and he did that, right? I'd be like, oh my God, where are those nudes going? Is he going to put them up? Is he going to put it on the internet? Who's he going to send them to? And oh, by the fucking way, he sent me a picture of a girl sucking his dick. And I'm thinking, if you're going to share pics of other
1000%.
Exactly. So we're not doing that. And it just really reiterated to me why I do not do that. And I'm going to put this out there and I'm probably going to get some shit, but I'm here to say no high value man, no high value woman is going to be sending nudes, seeking for attention, sharing videos before you even see it yourself.
Yep.
Do you agree?
I 100% agree.
Right.
I don't do it either. I can't. I mean, no. I don't want to say I'm a public figure, but I work with the public.
Yeah.
I can't have my shit out there like that.
Yeah. And listen, like I understand kinks. I understand that sometimes like the sending videos and that stuff is somebody's massive turn on, like the way breath play is for me. I respect that. There are exceptions to every rule. But in general, a high value man is not going to be like, here's my dick, where's your pussy, like, you know what I mean? And a woman who is secure, who's confident, who is like, I mean, really, if you're a successful woman out there, like no matter what you're doing or who you are and you have respect for yourself, you're not going to share that shit right away.
No, not in the beginning. No.
And so many of my guy friends, girls send them naked photos. Like my friends show me. And that's what I'm saying, ladies. They show me everything. Mm-hmm. All my guy friends are like, look at this girl's tits. Adrian, look at this girl's pussy. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I think to myself, attention seeking, ego boosting, because that's a very low confidence thing to me. Mm-hmm. And I would just rather, I want to see it in person. Let's fuck in person. And I was into him and he blocked me like that. It was so immature, so ridiculous. And it's funny. He was like, I don't want to be a subject on your podcast. Well, now you are.
Is he young? How old is he?
Here we go. I don't remember.
Yeah.
30s.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely not 40s.
Well, you knew I had the podcast before.
Thank
we
you.
hooked up.
Right?
Or met up.
Right. You listened to the episodes. Okay.
So if it wasn't your thing,
yeah,
you could have bowed out before.
Let me ask you a question because you're out here dating and all this stuff too. How do you feel about men who have never been married or never had kids?
Oh gosh. I think we talked about this before, but I like them in a sense that they're open and like a lot of free time. Mm-hmm. But I have kids, and so a lot of times I find that they are also very selfish and they don't understand the needs that come with being a parent.
Right. I know. It's a fucking conundrum, ain't it?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I agree. I loved, Prince Charming didn't have kids. And I was like, it was so nice. Because it's true. You're dealing with schedules. Your children should be, and mine is priority, right?
Yep.
And I would expect that from someone who has children as well. And so the open schedule is very nice, and not dealing with like, if there's issues or baggage or whatever, like that is nice. But the not married and no kids, I'm like, is that a red flag? Does that show a commitment issue at 40 years old?
Well, I have seen both sides of that, because I've seen men that are unmarried or never married, no kids, that have spent their entire 20s and 30s traveling the world. Mm-hmm. And I like that. Mm-hmm. I like that in somebody. But then the other side of that is they're ready to settle down. And I'm like,
and they might want that.
They want it now. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not there anymore. I'm ready to travel the world and do all the things I want to do.
Right. My kids are grown. Right.
So,
and I think we also talked about, and I still kind of have this rule, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this, and I hope that I don't fucking regret it. But, Hot Dog, I adore him and I like him so much. I do. And he expressed feelings and talked about things with me right before we recorded the last episode. And he's a good fucking man. He really is. But he has young kids.
Oh, how young are they?
I think his youngest is just turned 5.
Oh. Yeah.
And 3. And they're beautiful babies. And he's such a good fucking dad, like for real. And, but one of the reasons why I cannot date someone with young kids.
Yes.
Like that's a thing for me. And I sound fucked up because I'm a parent. I had a young child at one point.
It's just a different phase of life.
It is, right?
It's hard to go back when your kids are older and self-sufficient and you're out here doing what you want to do. And then now you have to I don't want to say have to.
Right.
You should want to. And I just don't want to.
I agree. And also I feel like the younger they are, the more impressionable they are. Like I always tell people, because I learned a lot from letting Prince Charming in. I let him into her life, and he was a figure in her life for 4 years, almost 4 years. That's a long time. And it took her a year to get over him. It was one of the hardest. I always tell people, I'm like, I don't recommend that at all. Like, because she was impressionable. She was 4 years old when she met him.
Yeah.
And the breakup was really hard on her. And so I always say, I'm not going to allow her to allow someone to come into her life again until she's just like, oh, that's my mom's dumb boyfriend. Right. And she's almost there. Like, I feel like age 12, 13, 14, they're like, oh, whatever, it's my mom's boyfriend. Like, it's not, she's 4 years old and this could be another dad for me. You know what I mean? So like that young age is just impressionable.
Yeah.
I know we went off on but these are all things that like, God, and it like narrows down the field even more. I'm like, because I feel like the young children is a non-negotiable for me. Someone that has no children and never been married, or wants either one of those, that's another non-negotiable for me. It's tough. And then I feel like I can see it visually, like the pool's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
There's no one left.
I know.
Dry out here.
My brothers reminded me the other day, he was like, Adrian, because my brother's a really good guy, and he, got divorced last year, 2 years ago. And he was like, there are good guys out there. Like, I'm a good guy. I'm out here. I'm
Why
single.
don't we want them? Why don't we want them?
I don't know. Or I haven't met. I mean, I've met some really great guys, but there's always a but. There's always a but.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the mismatches, right? Because I feel like on my last episode, I was very vulnerable in sharing, the walls that I have up, and I'm trying to have an open heart. But I'm not finding, there's always a disconnect in some shape, form, or fashion, right?
Yep.
Like, I like Hot Dog, but he has young kids. And I have my lifestyle partners. That's like, and it's fabulous and wonderful and great, but I'm craving that one-on-one connection. Like, I want my own primary partner,
yes.
And then I meet like an asshole who's like, show me your pussy or I'm fucking blocking you. Or and let's talk about, okay, I feel like I have to talk about this, even though I know people are listening. I know they're going to know who I'm talking about. I'm debating. Do I share?
Yes, why not? We're here.
Oh man, fuck it. Okay, so I've talked about him before. I call him Youngblood. He's the guy who I farted in his face. Okay, so he's young, right? and never been married, no kids. Good fucking guy, big heart. Really like him. Always had a connection with him. And there's, I don't even know how to even, I thought I was trying to talk to you about this earlier. A lot of stuff at play here, but I feel like it's like we can't be fuck buddies. We can't be friends with benefits. He flirts with me constantly, but then I get like mixed signals because I'm like, okay, let's go home and fuck. Or like, hey, let's hang out some fucking time. And then we never do. Or I don't even know. I can't. I feel like if there's gray area, it's a red flag. I should be out, right?
Yes, yeah.
And there's so much gray area with him. But I would love to have him be my friends with benefit. And it would be amazing because I really like him. There's a serious connection. Like I actually can feel, like I actually have like feelings for him, like for real. And I'm putting myself out there saying that, but I do. Like I care about him as a person. I really like him. We have a lot of fun together. He turns me on. I don't even know what it is about him because like it's just, I'm picturing his face right now, looking at me and shaking his head like you're fucking stupid when you're saying this, but but like it's not going to happen, and I don't know why. Like it's just there's just always a fucking mismatch, always a disconnect.
But you put yourself out there and told him what you needed to say.
I did.
So it's on him now. The ball's kind of in his court.
I just can't figure out. I'm going to have to, I feel like I need to have a conversation with him soon. I need to have another one, a very sober one where we're not around friends. We're not in a bar. We're not, at a party or whatever. Like I need to have a one-on-one conversation with him and just be really fucking real, like to his face. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's going to have to happen soon because I can't keep playing this cat and mouse game. Yeah. But I like him though. And it's fun. I love flirting with you.
Does he know that you like him?
I told him point blank. Yeah. Like
maybe that scares him. Maybe it intimidates him.
I that's dumb. Like I said, I'm handing my pussy on a platter. I'm like, hey, I'll fuck you in the middle of the day. I work right down the street from you. Our schedules can match up in that way. I mean, I would love to have nooners. We can hang out, have dinner. Like that's the thing. I could hang out with him and fuck him and it would be fine.
Maybe he's just not getting it that it's strictly friends with benefits and
I need to have a conversation
not
with
a
him.
Relationship.
It's going to happen soon because either we shit or get off the pot. Either we flirt and we fuck or you leave me alone. Like when we're out, like don't be fucking with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not doing the games.
Yeah.
we're not on an elementary school playground. Okay?
Yeah.
Anyways, but I just keep finding that fucking disconnect and it's driving me crazy.
I have it all the time. Like,
tell me some of your scenarios.
I feel like everyone is mismatched. My problem is I will meet somebody, not even on the app, because I got off the apps for a while until just the other day, but I'll be out and men do come up to me and they talk to me and it'll be going great and we'll go out a couple times and I find out they have a girlfriend. Ugh. Or they're married. And I'm like, well, why did you come up and talk to me if you're married? Mm-hmm. And we talked about this earlier. Like I had so many of that in a row where you start to question yourself. Like what am I putting out there into the world?
Yeah.
That make men that are already taken, unavailable men, so drawn to me. And it just hurts it just hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
If I'm really honest. And I'm very confident and I'm very secure with myself.
Yeah.
But it does make you have bouts of insecurities, which is what I'm going through right now. And I become a shell of myself.
You're making me think here because the Mr. July situation, that was a phase in my life. 2017, and even when I got out of my marriage and stuff, it was like I attracted all these married men. And I was like, why?
We said that we're married men magnets.
Yeah, what is that? But it hasn't happened lately. Like I don't know what I'm trying to think of what I did to change to tell you so that it can change for you, because I don't attract any married people anymore unless they're in the lifestyle. But that's all open and ethical, right?
Well, I don't even know what I need to change, because it's not like I'm putting myself out there in front of them and like, I want you if I know that they're married.
Right. Oh, that sucks, by the way.
But I can't help it if I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Until a couple dates later. And I'm like, you just wasted a whole fucking like weeks of my time.
I knew Mr. July was married. I knew this one guy, but I had been blindsided before, for sure. I was fucking this guy at work back in the day. I've talked about I learned that role 3 times. I learned that lesson 3 times. And I was so, I'll never forget. I was like at an all hands and this guy came up to him and he was like, hey, when's your wife due? Isn't she due soon? And I was like, what? Like you're fucking married and she's pregnant. I mean, I remember I had like an out of body experience where I almost felt like I was going to I was like floating over like the stage we were standing. And I was like, are you fucking, wait, when were you going to tell me that?
I would be
We've stayed
livid.
the night together. Yeah.
I would be livid and then I would feel mortified.
It sucks.
That I fell for it.
I know.
I feel fucking stupid.
Well, that's the thing. Like you said, it makes you feel like
you doubt yourself.
You do. You start to have self-doubt. Yeah. You're like,
and I fucking hate that.
I know. You know what I really fucking hate? And I shared that with Beth. I don't like feeling stupid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he duped me. He got me. How dumb are you, Adrian? You fell for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Again. I know.
It's the again.
I know.
It's like, when do you learn? But it's not, I have tried to really realize that it's not me.
I heard
it's not my problem. Like, they're doing this.
Okay, I got a tip for you. On your date, ask this question and ask it in person. Don't be doing the text. Say, is there someone out there that thinks they're in a relationship with you? Period. See what they say.
Yeah.
Because that's not asking, that's just, is there someone out there that encompasses every fucking thing? Are you married? Are you dating? Are you playing somebody? Like, is there someone out there that thinks they're in a relationship with you right now? Just wondering. I got to be careful,
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about, God, there's 2 big things I want to talk about with you. Let's discuss friends with benefits versus fuck buddies, since we're talking about that right now. So I was talking to Cozy about this because I was trying to figure out, like, where does Youngblood fit? And Cozy was like, where do you want him to fit? And I want him to be a friends with benefit if I could have my way, right? And I feel like a friends with benefit, it says it in the definition, but they sometimes get mixed in with fuck buddy. Friends with benefit, like we're breaking bread together. We're hanging out. We're maybe cuddling on the couch watching a movie sometime. Yeah. We're talking more. Not like somebody I was in a relationship with, but we're keeping in touch. There's just, you're friends.
Yeah.
You're friendly.
What are you doing on Thursday night? I'm free.
Yes. Right.
Thing.
And you can hang out without fucking.
Consistently
hanging. Yes. That's another thing. Right. And like a fuck buddy is you only discuss fucking. You do not check in and see how each other is doing. You don't get personal.
Yeah.
And you don't do anything else except for the act. Right. And you don't talk all the time. So you could go, there's no consistency. You can go 6 weeks and then be like, hey, you up? Like we talked about that text message. That's a fuck buddy. Yeah. Right. And I feel like there's been different times in my life where I wanted one or the other. Right now, I'm definitely, like you said, like the friends with benefits sounds amazing, but girl, it's so hard.
Yeah. I would love a friends with benefits right now.
The very best friends with benefit I've ever had was Baywatch. And I miss him. I told Katina at the gym this morning, I said, I fucking miss him. And I mean that out of love. There's no feelings with that. Like there's no heartache. There's no, I never crossed the line. He and I ran parallel with each other for over a year.
Connections like that are hard.
Oh my God. And I think I was so spoiled by him. I'm like, oh, that's what it could be. And we would hang out, we would talk, and we would be the respect and love that we had for one another, and then we'd fuck each other's brains out. Like I would suck his dick on his cousin's patio, fuck on his cousin's weight bench, we're fucking shit up. We're at the bar. He's hanging out with all my friends. He's spending the weekend with me. I'm watching his dog. I just miss him so much.
Yeah.
But he was young and he has a beautiful girlfriend. I'm so fucking happy for him. He will make beautiful babies with her and live happily ever after, I'm sure. Although I was like, call me when you get divorced.
Yeah.
But that's a perfect friends with benefits situation. Yeah. He set the bar.
That's what I want to.
He is a gem. Love him. If you've never met Baywatch or heard of Baywatch yet, go back to that lifestyle episode. You will meet him there. And he's amazing. What he honestly brought me back to life. I will always love and respect him forever. Because
do you guys
of that.
still keep in touch?
I talk to him every now and again. I see his posts on social media, or I'll send him selfies of me and one of my friends in the lifestyle that we've played together. And I'm like, hey, we miss you. Or there's this Jenga block stack at this bar I always go to. And it's a funny story behind that. He walked up one time and he just like karate chopped this one level. And girl, it was fucking nuts. The whole bar was like, oh my God. Coincidentally, I was making out with a girl for the first time at the same exact moment. It was a very like... So I'll send him a picture of the Jenga stack and I'll be like, send him a karate guy or something like that every now and again. But yeah, he's doing really good. But I miss him. So that's a friends with benefits. Fuck buddy. There's a distinction. Like, and you
I
gotta
have a
know
question
which one
about
you
a fuck buddy though, because I know what a fuck buddy is. And I sometimes, like you said, sometimes you need one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But can you get mad at your fuck buddy for not responding? Okay, so if I texted him, you up, and never heard from him, and then weeks later, he messages me, want to make out?
I'm going to say no. Can't get mad.
Yeah, because I felt a certain way when that happens. He texted me last night, and I was like, "Are you serious? We have no." I feel like I get mad because I'm like, we have no ties. We have no emotional ties. There's no reason why you couldn't respond to me.
Okay, put your ego aside for that one time. If it's consistent where he's not giving and he's only taking, then that's a fucking problem. But if it's here and there, no, let that roll. I will tell you that is one thing I have mastered. Girl, I see these TikToks where it's like, let's see how long it takes for him to text me first. And they show themselves at 9:00 and then at 11:00 and it's like 0, 0, 0, 0. And I will never, I can't say I used to be that way. I will never, ever, ever again allow a text, a phone call, I don't give a fuck. That you're not going to ruin my day. That is one thing I changed. And it has been it has been an absolute game changer for me. So if he didn't respond, I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Well, I mean, I didn't care that he didn't respond, but then to hit me up, like, so once he didn't respond, I was like, oh, okay, I guess this fuck buddy thing is done with. And then weeks later.
No, I would respond back and be like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Huh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Text him right now.
Well, I can't right now.
All right, as soon as we're done, text him and be like, yeah, let me know when. Yeah, and that like shows your confidence too. Like, I don't need you to fucking be at my every beck and call. But like I said, don't let it be a thing.
Yeah.
But that would make you the dominant. You're like, it's all about the control thing and we all like it. I'm somebody, I pride myself on not chasing. I never do. And that's kind of a problem for me. And when we're talking about Youngblood, I don't ever reach out to him. I don't ever make a move. If we're going to fuck, it's him saying, hey, meet me in 10 minutes or, hey, I'm coming over after this. I don't initiate. But although I did say to him the other night, so I guess I kind of did, but he had been drinking all day, whatever. But like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's very rare. But no, I would definitely text him and be like, fuck yeah, let's go.
All right. Maybe I'll do that.
But if it becomes a thing, then it's a no.
Becomes a thing where he just doesn't respond.
Yeah, if he's constantly like not responding, fuck that. Yeah, that's not working out anymore.
Okay.
I'm sitting here trying to think of like the different scenarios I've had because I've only had friends with benefits like Baywatch, or fuck buddies in the past, right? And like I'm trying to think like where does Hot Dog fit? I think Hot Dog's a fuck buddy because I don't talk to him all the time. Like
you like him though.
No, I do. And I respect him and I think he's a great dude, but like I haven't talked to him in weeks. I like the way he leaves me alone.
Yeah.
I've been very clear about that.
I tried to make I was dating this German guy and I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
But
he was hot too. You showed me.
Yeah.
Him.
But he wants kids and he wants to get married and all that. I mean, that's what he says. I don't believe anyone anymore, but
emotional damage.
That's a lot to unpack in itself. But I tried to make him my fuck buddy after we stopped talking. We just kind of stopped talking. It was very odd. We spent a night together, chatted once or twice, and then it was like non-existent, which was really weird because usually every now and then, that's why we kept getting in that cycle of getting back and hanging out again. And I tried to you up him one night and it didn't work. And I was like, womp womp.
Yeah. Ugh,
which is probably better. My friends yelled at me a lot for doing that because he's like, you can't make someone you like your fuck buddy.
Yeah, I agree.
You're just hurting yourself.
And that's why a situation like Baywatch is so fucking rare. And that's why I trust me when I say I legitimately embraced every fucking moment I had with him because I was like, this never happens. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity here with him and that's the thing too. Like you're towing a line. You know what? I'm going to talk to you about casual sex. We're going to talk about the slut protocols in a minute. First, I want to play just the tip.
All right.
All right. So wait a minute, but we still haven't touched. Okay, I knew this was going to happen. All right. So let's organize shit here. We've talked about, dating, field, My Big Bang, Lil Yachty. Fucking, he's like jerking a stick off, videoing it right now as we speak. We're going to talk about being friends with men in a minute, and then we're going to wrap this episode up with just the tip, because I have some tips to share. But then I want you to come back for part 2, and I want to discuss with you the slut protocols.
I have no idea what that is.
I cannot wait to enlighten you and everyone that's listening. I've mentioned this on the show before, but the slut protocols and the casual sex protocols, they have changed my life, and they're going to really help you. Because it is, when you have that friends with benefits situation, when you have that fuck buddy situation, if you're trying to avoid feelings, or, the casual sex protocols call it imprinting. If you're trying to avoid that, there's a 12-step process. So we're going to talk about that.
And that's what the slut protocol is?
Yes, you're going to love it.
The whole process.
I'm about to change your life today.
Oh.
All right, so let's talk about, let's wrap this episode up with talking about being friends with men, and then we're going to play just the tip, and then we're going to come back for part 2, and we'll talk all about the slut protocols, because they are a fucking game changer. Okay.
Teach me how to be a slut.
Oh, an ethical slut. Yes, I will. I happily will. But okay, so being friends with men. This is something I've had a struggle with my whole life, because I get along with men better.
Same.
I'm basically, I joke around, but I am very masculine. I look like a girl, and I like makeup and all that shit. But really, I'm a simple man. I like a cold beer. I like some wings. I don't like shopping. I am extremely simple. And I naturally, I'm attracted to men. I'm sarcastic with men. I keep up with men. I fuck around, like, the like fucking with each other, yo mama jokes, whatever. That's my vibe, right? Like I love that shit. And I have had problems with being friends with men my entire fucking life.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about, and I know we touched on it earlier. I'm not sure how vulnerable you want to be, and we don't have to share everything, because that's what's hard, is like, these are real people.
Yeah.
Because there's a situation that's glaring to me right now that I would love to talk about, but if he listens to the show, I don't want to hurt him or him be like, oh man, I can't believe she feels that. You know what I mean? It's fucking tough. So anyway, can you be friends with men? Platonic, for real, friends with men?
No.
I agree.
No. As much as I want to say yes, because one of my best friends is a guy, I love him so much, but I know deep down he's in love with me, and I know he's going to listen to this.
Oh my God.
And he will admit it. When he gets drinking, he's like, Ma, I love you. I love you so much, blah, blah, blah.
Man.
But he's just so lovely. And I kind of let it die the next day, and we kind of just all let it die. Mm-hmm. But I know him too well.
Yeah.
I know his tendencies. I know all that too much. 2, it's because it's hard to have that male perspective that's kind and looking out for your best interest. So I don't want to lose that.
I love the camera. I love my male friends, but I've definitely learned, because I used to say, yes, you could be friends with men. It's definitely possible. Look at me. Look at all these male friends I have.
They all want to fuck you.
It's funny when everybody says that, but I'm like, no.
Yes.
But there's definitely actions where I'm like, why are you upset that I'm, this guy came back into my life? Or why is there, like, I can sense sometimes where things are awkward. I'm like, why is this awkward? Like, what's happening?
And you notice a sense of jealousy a little bit.
Sometimes, yeah. And people, outsiders, have made comments with me and some of my very close male friends, and they're like, you guys are like an old married couple. And that to me is like, are they seeing something that I'm not seeing? I feel like my friend, I don't like saying names, but my friend said to me, he was like, Adrienne, you're so pretty. He was like, you're so pretty, but you're so dumb. He was like, you never fucking see it. He was like, we were talking about like people, and he was like, yeah, he fucking likes you, Adrienne. Like, he's always had feelings for you. How do you not see that? And I just genuinely don't. I'm like, I'm a fucking dumbass. I'm like oblivious to that shit. Like, you have to knock me in the fucking forehead with your cock, and I'm like, oh, he likes me. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just out here having a good time. I don't know. I guess I am. I'm just oblivious. I'm like, do in this world. And he's like, yeah, he fucking likes you, Adrian. Like, how do you not see that? And I'm like, oh, I don't think so. I still don't believe it. And like, even when you just said like, yeah, the guy friends, they want to fuck you. I mean, really?
Yes, because if given the chance, do you think anyone would say no?
I mean, I think there's lots of people that, and not everybody's attracted to everybody. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like out of all my male friends, there's only one that I'm like, but you know.
No, I'm talking about for them. Like, if you gave them the opportunity.
I don't know.
I bet you they would jump at it. One, because they like you as a person. And two, you're fucking hot. So
thanks,
why would
girl.
they not?
You know what's funny? And like I even talked to you before. I wish sometimes I think to myself, like, should I just do it? Like there's this episode on Seinfeld and then it got turned into a song and like they played the scene in the background where Jerry and Elaine are like, we could fuck. Like we could just fuck. Like, and what's the worst that's going to happen? Right. And it's like, you know, it might get weird. Maybe, but like we're friends. We could work this out. And like they have this whole discussion where they're like, should we cross the line? Not cross the line. Cross the line? Not. It's really tough. And like I would be lying if I said that sometimes I thought to myself, like, why don't I just fuck him and see what happens? Or we get along so well, like maybe we can make something happen. But like I don't know.
But then you don't want to don't want to lose.
I know. I don't
what you
fuck
already
up the friendship.
have.
Yeah.
Because at some point it's going to get awkward. I think it's going to get very awkward.
Sex changes everything.
Someone's going to end up liking the other person and the other person's not in the place for it. And
it's funny because we're talking about Youngblood and I love his friendship. And since we fucked, now we have this push and pull. Now we have this fucking, you're flirting with me, but we're not fucking. And then like you text me and say, where are you? And then like I ask you to come over and you're like, oh, I'm tired. Or, you know, or then we fuck each other's brains out and then we don't talk about it again. And like it's made things weird. And sometimes I do think to myself, I miss just being friends with him.
Yeah. When it's easy.
So I think it's a no too. You cannot be friends with men. Yeah. Now, okay, you can be acquaintances all day long. I'm talking like real close friends where you're working out together, breaking bread together, partying together. And if it's very consistent, I'll use Uncle Mo as an example, right? Like me and him were hanging out 4 to 5 times a fucking week. Okay. He was here for, you know, holidays and fucking events and birthdays. And I will be for real. I did kind of sometimes feel like, it felt like a boyfriend sometimes. We were so fucking close. That's a whole nother story. And I'm very happy to say, you know, Uncle Mo's back in my life. We are friends. I will always have a massive love for him. Like I love him very, very, very much as a human. Like, and I was actually telling Katina this morning, talking about like the other night and stuff and all the, you know, and I was like, it feels so good to have like my peeps back because for months I didn't talk to any of them really. I mean, I was still fucking Youngblood, but like here and there. But I've missed them and I've been having so much fucking fun hanging out with them again. And it's like what I swear to God, like, do we shave our pussies for this? Like, what is this life? Like, what is happening? You know, like we're all out here just lost and trying to figure shit out, and it's really hard. Yeah, I just want to say
it seems like it gets easy and then it gets harder and harder and harder.
Mm-hmm. That's I don't know. I just want to keep moving forward and continually doing the right thing. Like that guy that was pressuring me to send nudes. No, I'm not going to break my boundaries, which by the way, that was another red flag. You're not going to respect my boundaries I have for myself. No. So yeah, it's rough. It's so rough out here. Okay, let's move on. We've talked about all these things and I want to wrap this episode, part 1, up with just a tip. I love playing this game.
I do. I learn a lot.
I absolutely love playing this game. So my first tip is going to be something really cute happened the other night. My friend pulled me aside, one of the guys, and he was like, Adrian, can you give me some quick tips on how to eat pussy better? I was like, pull up a chair. Yes. And by the way, showing that initiative, because they're young, I was like, good for you. And thank you for asking, right? Like go out there and fucking eat at the Y all day, every day, you know, like have a good time. So my tips for him, because I was trying to keep it easy and quick because we're sitting at the bar or whatever, is to make sure that you, like, it's the same thing with sucking dick. Start with variety end with consistency.
Mhm.
And then the biggest tip I gave him was, the come here movement. So I'm like, while you're licking her clit or sucking her clit or whatever you're doing to her clit, which by the way, find it, get to know it very well. Like, we have all been there. I don't care what anybody fucking says, where the guy's like rubbing the side of my leg. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, have you seen there's like a picture of this guy who's like trying to hold the moon in his hand, like pinch it between his two fingers, like the distance photo.
Yeah.
And he's like way off. And it's like a man trying to find the clitoris.
I know. I'm like, hit the left a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not it. Like, man with the boat. Like, get down there.
Yeah.
Like, look around, okay? Like, just remember that. Anyways, my pro tip for him was like the come here movement. Like, that's always how I finish, is like stimulating my G-spot, like fingering me nicely, and sucking my clit at the same time. It reminds me of like one of the things that my best pussy eaters do is, and I think we do it when we're sucking dick too, because, breathing is a thing. They don't call it a job for nothing. Okay. And when you're like, I would hear, like, I'm thinking of Mr. July, which whatever, but like he would like be sucking and I would hear him breathing as he was like licking up and down. And I was just like, man, he is putting in that work. But that's what you should be doing. Right. So, and then my other big tip for him, and this, I feel like when a guy does this in the bedroom, I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, this is not amateur hour. Lick it before you stick it.
Yes.
In every regard. Lick your fucking hands. Like, I like spit. I don't have any problems with spit at all whatsoever. Somebody the other night was like, would you ever let a guy spit in your mouth? And I'm like, yeah.
Hot dog.
Dr. B used to love that.
When he was talking about that, I was like, I don't know if I could do that.
Try it.
No. Spit in the mouth.
It's hot.
Mm.
My kink led me there. Mm-hmm. I like Dr. B and I used to do it all the time. It was hot. It was a very dominant thing. He would slap my face and then talk dirty to me and then like spit in my mouth. It was, yeah.
Huh.
I love it. James Dean fucks like that. He's my favorite porn star.
He's hot.
Oh my God. And
he's a little tiny though. He's hot, like small.
Big cock, but
Yes,
a smaller guy.
Small body, yeah.
I'm telling you, girl, some of these 5'10" fucking dudes, 5'9", 5'10", packing heat. Every fucking time. Anyway, that's a whole nother fucking observation. But lick it before you stick it. So like, do not put your dry fingers into my pussy.
Yeah.
And I want you to look at me when you lick your fingers too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that to me. I'm
Make
like,
me lick your fingers.
oh my God, even better.
Stick your fingers in my mouth.
And look at me.
Mm-hmm.
That is like, you're asserting your dominance. I'm all yours. Cannot agree more. Okay, so that's a really hot way to do that.
Yep.
Lick it before you stick it, always. Okay, another pro tip I'm going to say, because I've been like learning this a little bit lately. When you're on top, like
can I just also say, after you finger me, make me lick your fingers.
Oh, yes.
He's like, fucking taste yourself.
I love
Tell
kissing.
me that.
I love making out after he goes down on me.
Yeah.
I lick lips.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, yes.
I love it. And then I love
Me
it when
too.
they're like, you like the taste of yourself?
Mhm.
Some shit like that.
I love that talk. Me too. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
God
Water.
damn it. Two sex starved fucking women in here. Do I have a fuck buddy I can call? God damn it. Okay. Because I don't want to deal with drama right now. Just fuck me and leave me alone.
Yeah. Just be like, there's 2 for 1.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Hey, if you're ever interested in the lifestyle, girl, I could bring you to a meet and greet. I would love to bring you. Like, you can try it. Everybody would love you. Anyway. All right. So back to the fucking, like, if you're on top. I've had partners where, like, they're putting all of their body weight on me. And it's like, they're moving, they're like thrusting their hips, but I'm feeling like there's too much pressure. There's too much pressure down there. And I'm like suffocating a little bit. And I like breath play. I like feeling suffocated. But like, do you know what I'm saying? Where all of their weight is on you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it starts to get uncomfortable after a little while. So I like to say, I should be able to see your cock going in and out of my pussy half the time, at least.
Okay.
Is that, have you experienced
I'm trying
this?
to imagine this, and I'm just smushed on you, and
like if they like lean, and now every now and again, but like if a guy is like, okay, so he's leaning over you, his head's next to your head, and his like chest is pressing down on your chest, and he's thrusting his hips and he's fucking you, but like that's the only way he's doing it for a while. It's too much.
I like that because it's very intimate to me, but at the same time,
See, I guess we're all different.
Yeah, I like that, but if it was heavy, then that would be a different story.
Yeah. Yeah, like sometimes I'm like, oh my God, this is too much. I can't breathe.
I like that
can't
when
breathe.
you're about to come, when he's about to come and he's like that close.
That's fine. But I'm saying like, I also like to watch. I'm a big fan of like watching the action happening. And majority of the time, I like to be able to see. So it's funny, but this is why you should talk to your partner, find out what someone's into, because you would like that more, and I don't. So anyway, for me, that is my tip. Okay, this is a tip I think everyone can agree with, is when you're fucking your partner, especially like, I like it from the dominant perspective. Like I like little kisses here and there and comments. So hot dog's really good at that. Like if you're fucking me from behind, like especially like prone position, I love prone position.
What is that?
When you're laying flat on your belly with your legs together. And he like mounts you from behind.
I do like that too.
Me too.
I love it.
And a kiss on my back, a kissing on the side of my neck when you're doing that, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
A lot of guys forget that.
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, what a good lover.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the comments, like, you're so, like, hot dog is really good at that.
It's like you're fucking, but then there are moments of like sweetness.
Yes,
and
exactly
like
right.
Safe and I care for you. And it's like, I like that a lot.
Oh my God, it's the best. You know, that's exactly what it is. It's the safety thing too. Like, I feel safe with you. Like,
you appreciate me and my body. And
yeah, and it's a sweet thing. Like, you're destroying my pussy, but you're being nice about it.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Like, so big fan of like the little kisses here and there. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like you have to introduce me to hot dog when you're done with
okay. You can meet him anytime. I share. Absolutely.
That little country boy accent.
Oh my God. He's so sweet. He's such a good guy. And he's funny and fun as
I just
fuck.
like that 6'5", 240.
He's huge. He's a big dude. Yeah.
In a suit.
In his suit. Oh my God, the fucking suit. It's funny because Uncle Mo the other night was like, where's the suit? Are you going to bring him in here tonight? I'm like, oh my God. I was like, hot dog. He literally comes in here, girl. He's sitting and I'm like, he's like, has the fucking American flag pin. It's like a perfectly like tied tie. Like I'm like, what the fuck?
You should make your first love connection and then my first threesome.
You want to have a threesome?
Maybe.
We could do
you
that.
Give me enough orange crushes.
Oh my God. You know, the one thing, so you can have like, you got to lay your boundaries out, right? Like, so if you want to have a threesome where there's not a lot of girl on girl play, which that's how I started. I was like, I'm not into girls. Like I've said on this show so many times, I will never eat pussy. Well, shit's changed. But I'm very bi-situational. We can talk about it, but I'll absolutely introduce you to him.
Yeah, I'd love to meet him.
All right. Yeah. Okay. If he's listening right now, he's going to be like, oh my God. Girl, he is. I'll text him after this. We'll send him a selfie. That's what we'll do. Okay. Okay. All right. I wanted to give a blowjob tip because I love blowjobs, and I did the blowjob Bible episode 50. If you've never listened to it and you want to learn how to give good blowjobs, go listen to it. I feel like I really wrap up everything from positions to techniques, how to get them to finish, and that's what I was going to say because I noticed like in that group play the other day or the other week, if I do this move like twice, like both guys, they were like, you got to stop. You got to stop. Like, I'm going to come. Like, you got to stop. And it's that using your hand, same motion as your mouth and dragging your tongue along the underside.
Along the ridge.
Yes. Like up and down, like you're all one fluid motion. And I also like am looking up at the same time. Like it's a package, right? Yeah. And I've noticed, and that's probably majority of the time the way I get a man to finish. And it's that consistent movement. It's not changing it up.
When I was listening to you talk the other day, you had said something about how giving a blowjob until they finish. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to have sex, you'll give a blowjob and they come, and then you have sex and they come? Or is just giving a blowjob as a precursor to sex? What
do you mean? Like scenarios that I've had? Like what?
Yeah.
What it was like a normal scenario?
Yeah, you were talking about how someone sucks dick and she doesn't even make you come. They just suck it to get wet to, have sex or whatever. But like, are you sucking dick all the time? Every time you suck dick, they come?
No. So it's definitely a lot of foreplay for me. Yeah. Sucking. I'm always, because I love sucking dick. I love unwrapping packages. So I like undoing his pants. Like that to me is like Christmas morning.
So you'll foreplay for a while. They don't necessarily come, They come or they don't, and then you just have sex.
Oh, 90% of the time they're not coming.
Okay.
Like
if you're just in foreplay.
Right. That's foreplay.
But if you're only giving a blowjob, they're fucking coming.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's many of times for just that too. Like, I love that. Like, in fact, when Hot Dog was here, that's all we did. I mean, I couldn't fuck.
Because I was like, oh man, every time she gives a blowjob, like they come and then you have sex and they come again. Where are these men?
Okay,
that can come all the time.
Dr. B was that. So
just going and going and going.
Oh my God, girl, yes. And he had told me, he was very open about how he had trained himself. He's like, I've trained my mind. He also is the cock ring was a big thing for him. He put the cock ring on and he would get hard right away and last for a long time again. The refractory period for him was also very low. That's like, you can't control that. That's like what you're born with. But he trained himself for that. He said he like through jerking off and stuff, he would like jerk off and then jerk off again right away to get hard. And then like I don't know, he just put in the work for that. But I will tell you, I've had other partners, I was going to say which one, but I don't want to, that the way we would always fuck is we would fuck, he would come, then he would make me climax, and then we would fuck and he would come again. That was like it was my ex-husband. That was the way we fucked every single time.
Yeah.
So like, and I had gotten really used to that and that's where I think I found my love for getting fucked after I orgasm. Like, I want to get penetrated right away. And it just became my thing. And I think it's from him because we would fuck, he would come, he would make me come, and then we would fuck and he would come again every single time. That was always the way sex was.
Yeah. I just like, you finish having sex and maybe in like 20, 30 minutes we make out and you want to have sex again.
It all depends.
I want them ready to go.
Yeah, it all depends. So like Mr. July and I would spend a day together, right? We would fuck right away, like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And I like cum shots. Like he would always pull out and come in my face or whatever. And it all depends. Like you finish different ways. And then we would have like pillow talk and hang out for a little while, fuck again. And then we would fuck at least, and then we would have pillow talk and maybe like eat or something, like drink high noons. And then we would fuck again. It was a minimum of 3 times every time
it's
with
like
him.
A Sunday,
4.
fun day or rainy day.
I know.
Dream.
Fridays, it was always a Friday at noon. It was great. But that situation was really fucked. So like we were in hotels, right? Like, hot, fun, and exciting, but I paid a big price for that. And so did he. So, was it worth it? I don't know. Looking back, some of the best sex I've ever had in my life, but I mean, it was a hefty price, girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I'm thinking to myself, do you regret that, Adrian? I don't know if I do, because like, I can't say I didn't enjoy those moments. And he taught me a lot about sex and what I liked, disliked. He's the one who really got me into breath play. Like I really found my love for that with him. But I don't know. It's weird. But everybody's different. So do I make them come every time the blowjob? If it's just the blowjob, yes. Or if we're finishing that way, yes.
Okay.
It all depends. Like, God, now you got me thinking about.
Do I need to switch it up?
So what is sex like? What is it for you?
I'm so boring. You can't.
No, you are not.
Well, maybe my partner's boring and then they don't want to explore. No, it's just like we just have, there's always foreplay. I love foreplay.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
so you're sucking dick always in the beginning too?
I'm always sucking dick. It's
okay.
like I always, that's the first go-to for me. And then we'll fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like to suck his dick again after he comes.
Oh, I'm a big fan of that too. Like, and also when I do give a blowjob and I finish, I feel like my special move is I keep sucking it. Like I let it rest in my mouth.
From you.
Yeah. They love it.
They do.
Oh my God.
I fucking started doing it because you every last drop.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they love it. Oh my God. Just be careful with how sensitive they are. And sometimes I'll say to them, hey, is this too much for you? Like I ask, before.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, keep doing it. I have had partners though that are like, I can't, it's too much. Baywatch was like that. Baywatch was like, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had very boring sex lately.
Oh no.
Yeah. I haven't had sex since April.
Oh.
It's a long time.
Yeah. We need to get back in the game.
I'm ready.
All right. But so when you say, so you don't have partners where you fuck and then fuck again?
No.
Okay. Yeah. We need to get that.
Just my fuck buddy, but I'm mad at him right now. Yeah.
Not anymore. We're going to text him after this.
Not anymore.
Oh my God.
But like he's not a great fuck buddy. He's just a dick, really. Like
So let me tell you how I treat this guy.
Finishes quick.
Oh,
Like
no.
he comes too fast. He
Get him a
doesn't
cock
eat me
ring.
out.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't. He hasn't eaten me out. Well, I guess
No.
maybe he hasn't. I can't remember, but
He's not a good fuck buddy. We need to move on.
He's not a good one. He's just
Penetration.
penetration
I
and
know
a
how
body, really.
Sometimes I want that. I just want I want hardcore fucking quickie.
Yeah.
Like there's times I want that, but majority of the time I want it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I'm wasting my time.
Yeah. That's why I'm mad at him, but I'm not pressed either.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
See, I understand. Man, now you're like, I'm really fucking deprived right now and I want to cry. I want to like have I'm going to have a pity party for myself right now because I want a friends with benefits so fucking bad because I'm thinking to myself, God, I haven't had a quickie in so long, like since Dr. B. And I fucking miss that because I'm not going to have a quickie because if I get together with Youngblood, we're spending time together. And, you know, we're fucking and foreplaying and doing all the things. If I see Hot Dog, like we're fucking 3 and 4 times, right? Like I want to have just a quickie. I want to build that, you know?
yeah.
I'm depressed now.
I know. It's lonely.
Let's go out and stand on the street on the side of the road.
Pussy's lonely.
Free. God damn it. Oh, I gotta, you know, I'm gonna get back on field. I gotta and that's another thing too. I gotta keep putting myself out there. I have to.
Yeah, I know.
I love when people are like, you know, oh, to get a relationship, you have to leave the house. They're like, no, thanks.
I know I've been very lazy lately, but I'm still out there. But there's no one out where I am. It's still the same old people. So I'm glad to be. I'm spending the weekend in Maryland,
Good.
and so I'm excited to see.
You know, me and you need to go out. This is the second time we've recorded and hung out, and we're not hanging out after. Like
Yeah.
actually, like having real downtime, right? Like outside of the studio. So next time we will. I'll take you to my favorite dive bar. You can meet everybody.
Yeah,
You can meet
I
all the
would love
guys.
to.
They'll fucking love you. I'm telling you, I already know what's going to happen. But anyway, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you. Yeah, like we need to stick together
I
out
know.
here. We're out here in these streets together.
I need a ratchet night out
Oh yeah, I
away
love
from
that.
home. That's why I love Secrets so much.
Oh
Just
yeah,
do whatever the fuck I want, and then see you
So
later.
fun.
Go
Oh.
home.
Yeah, that is. I like vacation sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, vacation fucking. Yeah. See you later. Have fun. Have a good life.
Yeah, never to be seen again. It's perfectly fine.
Listen, and there's something to be said for that, and I love that too. But I really want to have consistent cock. I want to have a fucking nooner.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be like, hey, come over and fuck me. Like, oh, I'll tell you, I have a hot story. All right, it's one time. So Dr. B was a great fucking friends with benefits. But it was a weird situation because like he started to catch feels. So it was like, and like we just, I don't know, see again, there was always something. But we did fuck each other's brains out like all the time. It was great, consistent cock. Great, the best. I'll show you his cock after this. I made a lot of videos with him. Anyway, he's a trusted partner. My mind's racing, but I will tell you a really fucking hot moment. So, you know, I'm a single mom and I have her most of the time. I'm going to get shit for this, but whatever. We were both like raging one day and I was like, because we would do nooners. So I think we had a nooner on a Friday and it was like a Sunday afternoon. He was like, Adrian, my dick has been hard all day. He's like, I can't get it to go down. He was like, I'm dying. Like, can we meet? Like, can we please meet? And I'm like, I can't. Like, I have my girl here. I was like, I have to fucking record. I have all this stuff going on. He was like, we have to make this work. He's like, can you come around the corner? Like, I'll just bend you over in your car. He was like, can you leave for 5 fucking minutes? And he was a single dad too. He was like, I'll get out for like, his son was older. But anyway, this is what he did. Oh my God, I'm going to go to hell. I don't even care. So, you know, we're down here in the studio area. And so I was like, all right. I was like, I'm going to undo my fence. I'll open the fence on the right-hand side. I was like, I'll distract my child upstairs, make sure she can't see. Like, I was like, park around the corner. I was like, come into the backyard. I'll leave the back doors open. I was like, come down the back and meet me. Like, this was just an empty room. I was like, meet me like by the podcast closet. And he was like, okay. So that's what, girl. So I'm upstairs and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go downstairs and record. And like, she knows, like, do not come downstairs. I'm like, I'm going to go downstairs and record, you know, do your thing. So she had like her fucking YouTube blaring, radio on. I'm like, okay, I'm going downstairs to record. And I came down here and we were literally right there. We fucked so hard. And like, I remember he came, and this is a distinct memory. He came, like, we were still fucking after, and there was like cum fucking everywhere. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I was like sweaty. And it was like, we had to be quiet, but it was so fucking hot, and he was still hard even after he came.
Oh my goodness.
It was like some of the best sex we ever had. And then he left out this back door. And like, I like saw him. I was in the kitchen. I saw him like walking. I'm like, bye. Have a good day. But I miss that. I fucking miss that. Like, that was a fun, hot quickie. Anyways, that's, listen, we've
manifest
talked about
it.
It's funny you say that, because that was like his thing. That was actually his fucking screen name. That's weird. His screen name was Manifested.
Stop.
On Cassidy. That's very odd. Oh, I shouldn't probably put that out there. Whatever. Yeah, that's weird you just said that. Man, that's the universe for you. But all right, so we've talked about all kinds of shit today. I want to talk to you about the SLEP protocols and teach you all about casual sex. We're going to do that on part 2. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. 2 minutes for us, but 2 weeks for you guys.